I don't know where to begin. Could be the curves on your body, but then could be your hair, maybe your skin. Yeah, baby girl, I'm tryna get with you. Come, let me see what we get into. It don't even gotta be physical, as long as that pretty face visible. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ree. On the channel we talk about a lot of things, mainly travel, life, and beauty. So if you're interested in those things, hit that subscribe. We would love to have you. You see how I hit that note? That was for you. Anyway, so today we have a very quick, a very fun video. I saw it floating around my own YouTube browse and I was like, oh, that's a dope video. And I know we've been talking about money, so I thought it kind of fit perfectly with what we were just talking about in previous videos, excuse me. But today we are talking about my payday routine or my paycheck routine. What happens when I get paid from my 9 to 5. So I thought this video was really fun because with most people the 9 to 5 is their primary source of income. So it's really cool to see what people do with their money on the day that they get paid, what gets allocated where. So what I love about videos like this is that I love to see like the steps in terms of like, oh, like maybe someone's putting money into something that I might not necessarily have thought about, and just kind of learning people's thought processes when it comes to money, because you know that's still a very hush-hush topic in most cultures, most society, most places in the world. There's really no one to really piggyback off of when it comes to wealth management and just better management of your personal finances. It's kind of more so you're getting thrown into it and you learn it as you go. But it's one of the biggest struggles of adulthood. So it's good to just kind of talk about these things and put them in the air and just hope it helps somebody. So with no further ado, I'll hop right into it. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That lets me know to keep on doing these little money chats with you guys, keep on letting you guys in to my wallet. Come on now, I have it right in front of me. I have the wallet right in front of me. Let's hop into it. So I actually have the worst payday system in that I'm only paid once a month and I'm actually paid in the middle of the month, which is a lot different for me. In my previous job, I was paid at the end, the last business day of every month, so it was a little bit easier to manage, and I kind of knew that I kind of was better able to manage my money. But after getting a new job, the schedule changed to the middle of the month and I'm like, ouch. So for me, it's a lot harder to manage because I have some payments that come out at the end of the month and the beginning of the month, and I get paid in the middle, so it doesn't really align. But that's just my situation. What happens to me every month is in the middle of the month, I get my paycheck. Hallelujah, hallelujah. And if you see me looking down, it's because I wrote down in my notes what exactly I did, just because I really wanted to remember it for you guys this time so I could film this video. So first thing you have to know about my paycheck is I have a salary deduction. I have a 20-year kind of like endowment pension hybrid that I am on, where a certain portion of my salary is deducted. I believe it's $200 for 20 years, and at the end of that policy, I would get like a lump sum back to me. So, and essentially it's a lump sum more than what I would have invested over time. So I have one of those savings policies. I think it's the greatest way to save. I think the interest rate is really nice on it. I can't remember, I'm so sorry, I cannot remember the interest rate on my policy, but I think it's perfect, and I don't necessarily feel it because it's salary deducted, so it never hits my bank account, which I prefer. So I have an automatic savings plan. That would be my first recommendation that I have. It's not something that you can necessarily touch or you have access to, but every time I get paid, that money comes out and I am secured for future Ree. So the 45-year-old version of myself is very happy because she has some money coming her way just off of the good efforts that I'm doing now in my 20s. So that's exciting. So that's the first thing, automatic savings. I don't really touch it. The money that actually does hit my bank account, let's tap into what we do there. So the first thing I do is tithe. I'm big on tithing. As you guys know, I'm a Christian, so I believe in the 10%. So it's not mine, it's God's. So I take 10% out of my paycheck and I goes directly to the church, and I don't really question it. I don't ask questions. I don't think about it. And I've been tithing now since, like, consistently, y'all. I've been tithing since 2017, so it's going on 4 years of like being a consistent tither. first of all, changed my life, but second of all, I just don't think about it no anymore to have like much of an opinion on it. Like, I've read the Bible, and I truly believe that 10% goes back to God for all of the good things he's done for me in my life, and he is continuing to do things. Yes, so shout out to God that he gets his portion, he gets his cut off the top. I ain't playing with that. Next up is rent. So as soon as I get paid, the rent money goes in. So I actually split the rent with my brother, so we have like a collective amount that goes in to pay my landlord every month. So after that is rent, because I need somewhere to sleep, and then the rest of my money I kind of have to buffer for my debt. So I have a mortgage, and then I have a car payment, as well as the closing cost loan that I'm trying to pay off now. So I have those three debt payments that come out of my account automatically. The bank collects regardless of if I have it or not, so I want to make sure that I have it. So I actually have like a buffer in place for when those payments happen, because like I told you guys earlier, I get paid in the middle of the month and my mortgage payments are at the end of the month. So I have to have that buffer in place, and I don't touch it. I don't spend it. I refuse to let my bank account go beneath it, because that money needs to be taken out. And I like to keep it over the mortgage payment rate. So let's say my car mortgage payment is like $300, I'd have at least $400, just in case the interest fluctuates. I want to make sure I have the money to continue to have the things that I have. I actually don't include like credit card payments as something that I kind of pay off with my salary, because I normally try to pay off stuff as soon as I spend it, but it does not happen in all circumstances, especially with travel. I had some like outstanding debt that I had to clear, so I also would include that in debt payments. Like if I just put like $500 on my card, I just prefer to keep my credit card payments low. I prefer to keep my credit card limit low so that I can always pay it off as I get money. I have my mortgage buffer, car payment buffer, and then maybe I'll put like maybe $100 to $500 on my credit card, depending on what that bill is, but it's never high, it's never disgusting. After that, I like to portion out for upcoming expenses, whether it comes to my puppy Pepper, anything related to travel, food, eats, birthdays. I like to separate that money on the side, and then I like to look and see, okay, how much money do I actually have left? If I have any sort of money left that I have some wiggle room, I actually will make a principal payment on my loan. So as you guys know, I've been talking a lot about finances on this channel, and I'm trying to use any sort of excess money that I can find in my savings and in my paycheck to go towards cutting down some of my loan payments. And yeah, that's mainly it. I like to keep an emergency buffer. That's probably something else I should share. I like to keep an emergency buffer of, at least personally for me, I'm currently at like a $1,000 emergency buffer in case something happens in my life and I need to manage it. That's how much I prefer to have in my checkings account at all time. That is very high. I did not always have that. I think I started off with like 300, and I just over time grew it, where it's like I try my hardest not to let my bank account hit a certain point, because you never know what could happen. You never know what, like a family member might need you, something might happen with yourself and you might need to spend money. So I try to keep an emergency buffer of at least that. I would say start off small with 200 to 300 and then gradually keep your way. I know people have $2,000 emergency buffers, and I know people who have emergency funds separated. I do have an emergency fund separated, but I don't really touch that for something would really have to go wrong for me to touch that. But I do like to keep an emergency buffer in my paycheck account, so that if anything happens, I can kind of move and groove as I would like to. So that's what I do when it comes to my paycheck. I think it's super straightforward. I'm not doing anything too funky, but I do have some things in place that make my life a little bit easier. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. So I'm happy to dive deeper into anything you guys would like me to. Just let me know down below, and be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Did you subscribe? Because at this point I don't know what to say. Hit the subscribe. As always, I appreciate you. I value you. Yeah, you bye. I can see y'all in the next one. Bye.